It's that time again. It's Mindful Monday. This time it's Mindful Monday number 77. Yes, 77. It was a very good year. I'm sorry, I digress. So, in this video, I have to say I have not been very inspired lately to record anything. And so this morning I decided today is the day we're going to record. So if we are not inspired, which I'm really not feeling terribly inspired, that's okay, because we are going to use the 8 steps of the Zentangle Method to help us create a mindful piece of art. It may look great, it may not. We'll find out at the end. Just allow yourself to be surprised, as I will. And so, might be a little bit different today, but I think you will like the end result. I'm throwing that out there in the universe. We are all going to enjoy the end result. Hello, precious friends. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. If you're already a friend and you are returning, then thank you so very much. I will be your guide today as we go through the 8 steps of the magical Zentangle method of drawing. This is a practice. It's one that allows us to slow ourselves down and really focus on being present in this moment. Something I think all of us can use in this crazy, busy world. It also can help you relax in general. If you are looking for inspiration and creativity, it can also be a key to that, which we may find out today. As I said, I'm not terribly inspired, so I'm going to let the Zentangle method inspire me. So, as always, we are going to first begin by talking about our tools and materials. Today, I'm going to be using a Sakura Micron 03 nib black pen. Usually, I prefer a PN, which is a plastic nib, but today I thought I might just go a little bit smaller on my line. So an 03 is kind of a compromise for me between an 01, which is pretty fine, and an 05 or a Micron PN, which is a little bit bigger. So this is just about in the middle of that. We also have a graphite pencil and a tortillon to blend out the graphite. And I am going to be drawing on a square 3.5-inch Zentangle tile. And I am going to go ahead and clear my space. And let's get ready to begin with step 1, gratitude and appreciation. In this step, we are going to try to bring ourselves into this moment by focusing on our breath. We are going to begin with 3 big breaths in, and as you inhale, getting tall and alert, and as you exhale, relax everything down. And 1 more big breath in and out. And final big breath in and slow breath out. Now just let your breath fall back into a natural breathing rhythm. Don't try and direct it, just follow it. Pay attention to your breath. Notice it as that cool air passes through your nostrils. Just breathe in and out. Now take a moment and think of something you're grateful for. And just hang on to that first one that pops into your mind. And hold on to it and feel into this. What does gratitude feel like? And as we draw today, I want you to remember this feeling. And if your lines go somewhere you don't want them to, or you find yourself just rushing a bit, just stop yourself. Take a mindful breath in and out. And remember this feeling of gratitude. And then you'll be ready to go back to it. And that, dear ones, is all there is to step 1, gratitude and appreciation. Now for step 2, we're going to use our pencil. Step 2 is corner dots. And here we simply put a dot in each corner of our tile. Step 3 is a border, and we create that border simply by connecting the dots. Step 4 is our string, and our string today is going to be a simple heart. Sometimes I think what the world needs now is love. So we are going to draw our heartstring. And you notice I went over the border line a little bit. That's okay. A string just divides the space and gives us a place to put our tangles. Now I think I am going to go ahead and draw a little bit of a loopy line inside my heart, because I'm going to draw my patterns inside my heart today. Now, I have my 03 pen out, and I am going to begin with the pattern Muka. Muka is one, I really like this pattern, but I don't often draw it. So I'm going to begin at the point of my heart, and my Muka is going to help me to find the outline. What I do here with Muka, and I'm going to draw another one over here, is I draw this curvy line, and then I come around and place a rounded shape on the end. Let's see, let's do another one over here. This one Now, I aura my beginning line, but here I'm bringing them to a point. So this is up to you. You could make them just evenly aura if you prefer, but that's your call because this is your art. So I hope you are choosing to draw along with me. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm turning my tile as I'm drawing because it will help me to get a consistent line, and it also keeps my wrist relaxed. This time I drew my muka going underneath this one because that's where my string line went. And if you haven't realized it yet, that's really what I'm doing, is using my string line to guide my placement of muka. Your string line is also just a suggestion, so I kind of ignored it a little bit over here, and I think that's okay. There's a wobbly muka, but it's okay. No mistakes, remember? Okay, let's do one more and put that one over here. And I think I might be okay with that. So what I've essentially done is outlined my spaces with little muka, the pattern or tangle muka. And I'm going to go ahead and close off these spots on the side here where the tips of my muka meet. I'm going to put little orbs in here just to kind of round out that space there. And let's see. We could add more orbs where we have mukas meeting. And so I think I'll just do that in a couple of spots here. Okay, and I think just because it feels right, I'm going to put some more orbs down here in this point. Okay, so we've got a little bit of tipple or some orbs here that I've added where we have connections. Not everywhere, but primarily where I have two muka ends meeting. I tried to put one there, and then I also put some in the bottom. So the next thing we're going to do is to put some filler tangles in the spaces here. We've got a few spaces. Some of them are pretty small, and that's okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and begin in this space here. And we are going to go ahead and we are going to put the tangle Tripoli. You guys know that is the tangle of the year. So I might as well take advantage and use it in my space. And remember, Tripoli, we aura the line of a triangle to create our next triangle. And they don't have to be straight lines. They can be curvy lines. The triangles can be big or they can be small. Okay, so there is my Tripoli in that space there. And I think I want to add some drama here to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a little aura on each side. Some are kind of small though, so they will only get maybe just a solid black fill-in, who knows. We'll see when we get there. In the meantime, we're putting these little rounded auras that go from point to point. Okay, these really tiny ones, I'm just putting a dot in those. I think that's all I had. And then maybe just to carry that through, I'll put a dot in the center of each of our other triangles. Some of these spaces are pretty tiny now. Glad I didn't use my 05 or my PN. This is a much better size. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, so there's our space with our Tripoli in it. Now the next thing I want to do is to draw some Oh gosh, let's do printom. I just can't imagine a tile without a little bit of printom. Now printom is just a spiral. You can keep them open or close them. I typically close mine, but you do you. I'm going to be drawing these behind each other. And all that means is that when I hit another line, I'm going to stop, lift my pen, pretend like I'm drawing in the air. Okay, there's my little printom section. Now let's go ahead and do something a little organic. Let's do some poke leaf. And we'll have those in this section here. And poke leaf is just a line with an aura. I usually curve mine, but there's no right or wrong way to do it. Then I draw like this upside down smile at the top of those two lines. And then I draw my leaf shape, stopping, and then they meet behind the stem. So there's one. I think I'll draw another one, but it goes underneath my muka. Let's see. Okay, let's extend these lines a little bit. Now my upside down smile. Then my leaf shape. I think I'll just have this one come up. Now these, I like that they're coming out of my heart shape. And I'm just adding a couple more in here. Not getting crazy, but I think that might be enough. Okay, and I'm gonna need one more tangle, and I think what I'm gonna do is put the tangle in Zipple in this space. It'll go underneath this muka right there. And Zeppel is kind of a grid tangle. You can do it with a crazy grid, or you can do it with a regular grid. I'm drawing it behind, like I said, that other muka. Okay. Now I'm just using a fairly regular grid. I'm just kind of drawing it diagonally in the space. That's okay. And Zeppel is a tangle that begins with the grid, like I said. We are using just a pretty straightforward grid here. And then we're going to redraw our lines and round our corners. So I'm going to start in the straight way, and then when I get to the corner, I round it. Then I'm going to come back in, go over my line again, round it at the corner, come over my line and round it, and then over my line and round it again. So we've done two things. We've created these little triangles in the corner with our rounding, and we've also kind of reinforced that line in the straight areas and made it a little darker. So we're just going to go around to all of these spaces, and we're just going to continue to do the same thing. I'm going to try not to turn my tile. I don't want to make you dizzy. So if I were not recording, I would probably be turning it more often. Okay, so I'm going to be good with that. Oh, I guess I should do these. The edges there. Okay, now I think I'm done. And I do think we are done with our tangles. You know, maybe I'm going to add a couple of fescue. Now, fescue is going to bring a little bit of solid dark and a little drama into this tile. I'm going to put some fescue in this lighter area over here with my poke leaf because fescue is kind of an organic tangle as well, so it will fit right in. Okay, so I am going to draw my first line for fescue right here. And fescue is just a straight, curvy, not a straight, a single line, curvy or otherwise, that has kind of like a teardrop shape on the end of it. And you fill that teardrop shape in with solid black, and then you get a little bit of drama. Now this time I'm going behind this fescue, but because it's a solid line, I like to leave a little space, a break if you will. And that kind of helps with the illusion that this is the one behind. Otherwise, you don't really know which one is behind if the lines just cross. So let's put one inside here. It's a little one. Maybe I'll put another little one in here. And then I think I'm just going to do one more. Over here. So I kind of like that. I have this contrast here with the openness of this area, and then the let's see, what do I like about this tile? I like that this section is open. This section is very orderly. This one is also pretty orderly. And so I've got contrast between straight lines and curvy lines and ordered shapes and organic shapes. So there's lots of things going on here. I think that's awesome. Now, one more thing I'm going to do before I move on to the next step is I want to add a little more drama, a little more solid black. So I'm going to come in here where my printom are, and in these small sections where there are no printom, I am going to put some solid black. It won't be a lot, but there are a couple spaces. Okay, I think I'm gonna be happy with that. And then the last thing I could do is to add some solid black to some of these orbs that I scattered around. I think I'll leave the white one, the bigger ones, white, and then some of the small ones I'll make solid, but not all of them, just a few. I want to leave some of them white. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we are done with step 5, the tangles. We're moving on now to step 6. So I'm putting my pen away and picking my pencil back up for step 6, the shading. And let's go ahead and begin with our muka. And all I want to do here is I want to kind of put a little graphite smile, I guess, in the bottom of these rounded sections of the tops of my muka. I'm keeping them all consistent in terms of where I place this. And that's just going to give me some consistency, I think, in the way it looks. It's nothing fancy. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab my tortillon. Now, I like to do this upside down. So I'm going to go ahead and just start blending this in. And I'm leaving a lighter space. So there's a darker side and then a lighter side. And then with the graphite on my pencil, I'm just kind of running it down the stem, if you will, of the muka. Okay, here's another one. So I kind of blend it inward and remembering to leave a little bit of a white area. Okay, so that is all of my muka. Now I'm going to grab my pencil again, and let's go ahead and do the, let's just do the poke leaf next. Now, it's mostly going to be where they cross over or go behind. There's plenty of opportunity for that. And then a little bit under that smile. Okay. And this goes under there. This one goes behind there. This one, we have this muka crossing over it, so I put a little bit of graphite. I guess I should put some here too then. Okay. Is that everything? Looks like. Okay. Once again, get my tortillon, and I'm going to start blending with the graphite underneath the smiles. And I'm just going to go around first and do those. Now I'm just doing all of those sections that go behind the muka. Okay, so I think for the most part, as I finish here, I'll have all of the areas where they go behind something. I've got all of those filled in. And now what I want to do is take graphite that's left on my tortillon along with what's around this smile, and I just want to kind of spread it a little better on one side, and then again leaving a darker side on the opposite side. So I'm going to come around on this side, and then I leave a little light space there. This one's kind of a, he's behind, so he doesn't really have any light space. That's okay. Let's do this one. I'm going to add just a bit here because it's going behind this muka, so it should be a little bit darker. There. And then it goes behind this muka here. And then this is our last one. Okay, I think we're good with our muka. I'm going to take a moment and before I move on and use what's graphite is left to put a little smile, graphite smile, in some of these smaller orbs. It's just the tiniest bit, but it helps keep it from looking too flat. Okay, now back to my pencil, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to shade our Tripoli. Now this is something we can do lots of different ways, but what I think I want to do is I want to take and just put a little bit on one corner of each triangle. And then I'm just going to use that little bit of graphite to add a little bit of contrast to each one of these triangles. There is no rhyme or reason, so there's no right or wrong way to do this. We're just adding a little bit to each one, but just in one corner. We'll be able to blend that out. Let's see, I'm gonna go up and in. Here's my corner, up. And when you do blending it on two sides, and that still leaves a lighter side for some contrast in each one of our triangles. Okay, I think that's all we need there. That's just a slight bit of contrast, but honestly, that's really all we need. And let's see, let's grab my pencil again. The only thing we need in our print on section is to put a little bit where they meet up. Not too much or it'll just be dark. So that might be enough right there. So I think that's all we need there. Just, again, the slightest amount. And finally, in our ensemble section, I'm not even adding graphite unless I need to, but I'm going to turn it upside down. And then I am going to do like this little blended V. So you get just a little bit of dimension in there with that. I gotta say, considering I was uninspired when we began today, I'm kind of happy with how this turned out. So we've finished with step 6, which is the shading. I didn't do any shading on fescue just because I don't think it's necessary today, and that's just a personal choice I made. And now I'm going to add, we're going to move to step 7, and that is where we add our initials and our signature. So we're going to put our initials on the front. Now I have a new chop that I've been playing with, and I'm going to go ahead and put that over here to kind of counterbalance this heavy corner over there. Now this is going to be my initials, B. And then I'm going to mirror that. I don't know why I feel like I have to tell you this is just my chop. Kind of looks like a butterfly. So I'm adding some dots, and then I'll add some little fescue type shapes for my antenna. And then I'm going to draw my C as an aura around the bottom of my B's. So there's my new chop, my little BC. And now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to sign it on the back. I always date it, but I'm going to date it off camera. And then you can make any notes on here that you want. I think I'm going to just say that this is created for my Mindful Monday 77. And we'll flip it back over for step 8, which is simply to sit back now and just appreciate again. You can appreciate the time you took to care for yourself today, very important in this day and age. You slowed yourself down, brought a little bit of mindfulness into your day. You can appreciate this fun little piece of art if you drew along, and I hope you did. I certainly appreciate each and every single one of you who are watching, and I thank you so much for joining me today. And that, my friends, is all there is for today's Mindful Monday. I hope you drew along. If you did, I'd love to see what you created. Please share them with me. If you enjoyed this video and you have not yet subscribed, it might be nice if you just take a moment to hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be able to catch my videos when they come out. And I will leave you today, as I always do, with this one thought: be you and be happy.